All right, it's time to pack bearings. So, lead up to this, I took the bearings out and I cleaned them up as much as I could, wiping all the grease off. Then I took them outside and in my parts cleaner, I cleaned out using parts cleaner. I just sprayed it down in there and got all the old grease out so that it's basically a brand new bearing. So that makes it a lot easier than just cleaning it up and then trying to press the old grease out as you're pressing the new grease in, because it gets mixed in there, and you want to get fresh grease in there. So that's why I did that. So there's a couple different techniques for packing bearings. So I'm going to show you two. One where I take the red high temp axle grease and I put it in the palm of my hand and I squeeze it. I grab it with this edge right here, bearing cage, and as I grab it, it pushes it up and out the other side so that I know it's fully filled up. And the second method is a bearing packer. This top unscrews and you put your bearing in just like this, and what it does is you tighten it down, and as you connect your grease gun to the zert fitting on the top, it pushes grease down this screw, and there's a hole in the bottom of the screw, and what it does is once it fills up the void, it fills up this void here inside, and then it pushes against this and it pushes the grease down through the top and it comes out the bottom. So if you have one of these, you can use this. If you don't, then you can do the hand method. Both work just as effective. So you can use either one. So we're going back to manual, and we are going to get a dollop of grease in the palm of my hand. And we're going to grab the bearing and do exactly what I said, which it catches it on that bearing cage. And we are just going to kind of do that, which is catching it and pushing it at the same time. And eventually, once we get enough in there, you'll see it started coming out the top. And then you know that your bearing is packed with grease. See the two? And we're just going to keep going all the way around the bearing until we have all of the bearings, the roller bearings, packed with grease. Pretty simple, effective, quick. Yeah, it's manual, but you're gonna get dirty if you don't have rubber gloves. But you know that your bearing is packed correctly. There's no grease inside, and now there's grease inside. And plus, we're gonna be putting a lot more grease in and around this bearing once it goes into the hub, so that we know it's going to be greased thoroughly. There you go. All the way around, you know that this bearing is fully greased. Pretty easy. Doesn't take a whole lot of grease. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort. I'm just gonna use what the rest of the remaining grease I have and just punch it in there. All right, that's one. And that's 2. Fully packed, of grease, and now we're ready for installation. Didn't take me that long at all, a couple minutes. If you have a trailer that you use in your garden or you haul your Jeep with or whatever you have, you probably should once a year make sure that the bearings have plenty of grease. You can do this exact same process on trailer bearings. Just a little additional information. So there you have it. Both bearings packed, ready for installation.